Coming at you hot. 2 videos in one day. Chris from Tennessee. So I had this order come in recently of 5 new tobaccos I've never had before. And I'm just too excited to try them all. So I'm doing 2 in one day here. I've been wanting to try this one so bad for months. Obviously you know what it is, but here's what the tin looks like. Obviously it's backwards on my camera, but Savinelli Brunello Flake. The little Italian flag. This blend is freaking awesome. I felt like it was going to be a good one. I was just so excited to try it. And and it is not a letdown. This is what I was kind of hoping Aaron Moore Flake would be more like. This one is sweet. I didn't decide. I've come to realize that I really do like blends that are sweet. Not super sweet or anything like that. They don't have to be super sweet, but that have sweetness to them. Because to me, it just pleases my palate. Now, check this out. The description on my tin says, an impeccably structured blend, Savinelli's Brunello Flake features a foundation of sweet, tangy Virginias, cool burning burleys. A dash of Macedonian leaf is added to round out the mixture and add a hint of the exotic. The different leaves are then aged as one in order to marry and harmonize flavor prior to being pressed into a tantalizing flake. Guys, my mouth has been watering the whole time I've been smoking this blend. And I've probably had it going for about 20 minutes now. You know how sometimes if you're, like, I'm literally salivating, so it's kind of become a wet smoke, unfortunately. For me, that's my fault. But you know how sometimes you get, like, your saliva in the pipe stem? It's just nasty. Like, it like drips back onto your tongue and it's just like the most disgusting taste. Well, that just happened to me. And it didn't taste disgusting. It actually tasted fine. Sorry, I know it's weird, but that's how good this is. It's just blowing my mind right now. This is so good. Let me pause this and relight. Yeah, wow. I forgot that there was that third tobacco in there. Macedonian leaf. That must bring out that savory characteristic that I couldn't quite put my finger on. I didn't realize that there was Macedonian leaf in it. Man, you get a Virginia sweetness in here that is reminiscent of the flavor of Samuel Gawith Virginias. It's very similar to the Virginia taste in Full Virginia Flake. Because you know how special those Virginias are. There are no Virginias on the market, in my opinion, at least that I've tried, and I've heard other people say this, no other Virginias that are quite like those that come out of Samuel Gawith in the Lakeland District. I was very, the moisture on these flakes, they fell apart so easily. But they were perfect. I mean, I guess I overestimate how perfect I think moisture level is a lot of times until I finally just encounter one that's perfect. But no joke, the flakes, at least in my tin, were just perfect. It was hard. It couldn't fold them. They started to fall apart so easily. Even pulling them out of the tin, they were falling apart. But then if you squeeze them, they sort of slowly bounce back to their position. So there was that little bit of moisture rubberiness to them. But so far, burning nice and even, nice and cool. This is a... oh my gosh. Easily my top 3. This could, especially at the price point, this could become my number 1 go-to blend, just right off the bat. Very few blends, and I've tried so many, I have so many cellaring, make me go, like I'm like groaning because it's so delicious and so satisfying, where I'm going, wow, all the time I'm smoking it. This is one of those blends. There's probably been, if I had to just guess off the top of my head, maybe 5 blends that have made me do that over the years, and this is one of them. You get such a nice sweet, slightly darker Virginia, like matured Virginia taste, similar to it's very full Virginia Flake-esque, and like a hybrid between that and Capstan Blue. There's a fruitiness to it, almost like a, oh wow, it's like a sugary sweet. Those burleys offer a little bit of a walnut nuttiness to it. I don't know if you can hear the gurgle, but that's because of it salivating so much. There's a little bit of that anise in there. Wow, it's just so smooth. There's no bite to it. There's no like over liveliness. There's just such a wonderful sugary sweetness that I don't have to chase down. It's just always there, just covering my tongue. It's delicious, and it's just such a nice, like it doesn't linger too long. It's just there while you're tasting it, and then it quickly fades, so it makes you want to keep puffing for more. There's this ever so slight tart to it, but it's not a sourness. It's just this light tart that comes, you have to really look for it. Now the tin note, pop it open, this is how it comes. That tin note is very plummy, very fruity. You're going to notice that off the bat. It smells similar to Capstan Original. Yeah, it's like a tangy, little bit of that stewed fruit in there. Nice fruity smell. And if you could tell, what's so cool about this is it comes in a larger tin. It comes in a 3.5 ounce or 100 grams. So for that price point, I think it's around, wish I could prop my phone up here. There we go. Because I'm talking, it's going out a bit. It's probably didn't pack it the best. But it fell apart. Sorry about the dogs barking. They're not mine. It fell apart so much, so I just kind of balled it up and shoved it in there. Man, I could sit with this blend all day. I'm already thinking like, oh god, I want to fill another pipe right after this. Very few blends do this to me. Very few. This is just sublime. So it's cool burning. Yeah, that Macedonian, it's I almost can't pick it out, but it comes out in the smell a bit, and it offers, I don't know if Macedonians are the same as Orientals, but in my mind they are. I don't know. But it gives me this slight essence, especially the retrohale, this light essence of what I get from smoking Hearth and Home White Night, which is another, that's an English blend, Latakia blend, but it's got Orientals and things in it. And that's more of a Balkan style. So it's, White Night is comparable, what most people say, comparable to Balkan Sabrane, which I've never had, which is out of, the original is no longer manufactured, but yeah, there's that. I just agree with the tin description completely on this one. It is so good. Yeah, those burleys are nice and subdued. They offer that sort of slightly nutty roundness to it. They just give it some body, but predominantly this tastes like an outstanding Virginia flake with a lot of sweetness and that sweet, a little bit of that sweet grass in there. I don't know if there's any hay-like. Let me see. Now this blend does not require a bunch of relights. I've just not done a good job packing it. And this pipe, this particular pipe of this variety, when it gets low, I just have trouble with it, with the shank. Man, I mean, I'm telling you, after this first time, I would. I'm such a straight Virginia lover. I have become one this year. I just can't get enough straight Virginia. But this is so interesting because it satisfies my craving for a straight Virginia, but then just offers a little more body, more sweetness, and that little exotic flair to it that is just outstanding. I can't recommend this enough. I'm now getting my bowl too hot. This is a cool smoking blend. I smoked quite a bit of it before I started recording, so I'm getting it hot because I've got the gurgle going on. I'm salivating way too much. Oh my gosh, can you tell I'm excited about this? The flavors are so well married together that I'm having trouble trying to pick out the different notes to describe to you. If you are interested in this blend, you probably will be after watching this because I love it so much. But yeah, it's enough where it would like I'm saying, it's primarily, I get this nice straight Virginia to it, a nice aged Virginia. This is what I've never tried Old Gowrie. That was on my list of Virginias to try. But when I watched reviews on Old Gowrie by Rattrays, that's like a dark aged Virginia. And this flavor that I'm tasting is what I imagined that blend tasting like. Yeah, as far as fruitiness, this blend feels extremely untopped. It seems like it's just natural casing. This doesn't seem like an aromatic tobacco. I don't know if it's considered an aromatic. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But I wouldn't consider this an aromatic blend whatsoever. I don't even know if it's classified as one, but this feels like an all-natural, very unprocessed blend that's just extremely well blended. I think the tin note is so strongly fruity that it almost gives you that impression, but that it might be aromatic, but there's no grittiness, there's no coating in my mouth. This is a very medium tasting blend, but as far as sorry about that, the thickness of the smoke, it's not like super thick. This is absolutely a light blend. You stand up. Usually my standing test tells me if I'm getting too much nicotine, if I get like a little dizzy or something. Yeah. So this strikes me as a very mild nicotine blend. I have a feeling my phone's going to fall again. We'll see. Let's do another light. I mean, before I make the determination, I will smoke this a few more times. And I'm absolutely willing to put this in my briar. I wasn't sure if it was an aromatic, so I smoked it in this just to make sure, ghosting or whatever. But I'm definitely going to smoke this in one of my favorite pipes that I smoke Virginias in. But right off the bat, this blend is giving me everything I want. It's one of those that's ticking all the boxes, and too soon to judge. But this could become my number one everyday favorite blend. See if I pick up anything else for you. Wow, it's just so delicious. No spice whatsoever. I'm really down to the bottom here, trying to get every last bit of it. Yeah, there's a little bit of that baked goods quality. Let's see if there's any breadiness to it. Yeah, maybe like a light sweetbread there. There's just so much to enjoy. Yeah, a little bit of that honey type of cloves in there. Very mild with the cloves, because if it's got too much of a clove-like flavor, then it can be a little bitter, but this has no bitterness to it. Very natural tasting, like there's no type of, I don't think there's any kind of vanilla flavor to this at all whatsoever. This video is going a little long, but I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can describe to you. A very unified smoke, very straightforward, honest smoke, as some might call it. Such a windy day. I wonder if that's playing into how this is burning. Yeah, it's got that wonderful, a lot of the nice qualities that Capstan Original has. This blend has it. You know, that mature, dark, fruity Virginia is just so present. Really nice on the retrohale. It's kind of nice because most blends have a little bit of spice or a little bit of bite when you retrohale them. This doesn't have any of that. At least not for me. Let's see. Man, this is such a cool blend. Yeah. No mention of any toppings, so it must be a pretty natural blend. You owe it to yourself to try this, especially at, like, I think it's like $17 for that 100-gram tin. I'm gonna have to stock up on this one. Yeah. Yeah, this is like, right now this is becoming my #1 blend of all time. I think the other thing that's so nice about this is, right now, I was just smoking it, and as soon as I put the pipe down, there's no lingering flavors in my mouth whatsoever. That's kind of rare. That doesn't usually happen, but that is pleasant, and I think that's part of what makes me want to keep puffing for more, because every time I puff, I get this flavor, and then it quickly fades as soon as I stop puffing, and that's pleasant. That's pleasant. As far as, it's got a very light room note. Well, I'm outside, it's a windy day, but I haven't, even retrohaling and all that, there's maybe a very light fruitiness to it, a very light tobacco smell. Man, is that good. Yeah, I'm going to have to stuff a big pipe full of this later. I'll probably use a giant, one of my large briars. Alright, I can't get enough of this, but I got to go run some errands. Anyway, going to have some more when I get back. Alright guys, hope that helps somebody. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. God bless. See ya.